Hey everyone, it's Coach Mark, and I hope you're having an amazing day. All right, we are at day 25. We're reading from my new book, Repeat After Me. After today, we only have 5 days left, man. We are almost done. All right, we're reading from my new book. If you want to follow along with us, all you have to do is go to www.repeataftermebook.com and you can download this book for absolutely free. All you're going to do is put in your information. Once you do that, it's going to take you to a thank you screen. Once it does that, it will send you an email from me and you can download the book for free. Now, if you have an older Android phone or you got an older phone and it's not working, shoot me an email, coachmarkspeaks@gmail.com, and you can, what I'll do is I'll reply and send you a PDF version of the book for you to read. All right. So we're at day 25, and day 25 is risk. Okay. So the quote that we're starting day 25 risk with is, the biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. And that's Mark Zuckerberg. You guys know him, right? You guys know Mark Zuckerberg. He's the founder of Facebook, right? Billionaire. I don't even think he's 30, or he might be 30 or something like that. Billionaire. He took crazy risk, right? Didn't he drop out of school? I think he dropped out of school, right, to start his company. A lot of people would have thought that was a big risk. Who's laughing now? Second quote, it's better to risk starving to death than surrender. If you give up on your dreams, what's left? And that's Jim Carrey, famous actor, right? You guys know that Jim Carrey story about how when he was dead broke, living out of his car, he wrote himself a check for, what was it, $1 million or $10 million or something like that, and said that he was going to cash it in 5 years or within 3 years and put it in his wallet and walked around with that check. And when he did this, he had absolutely no money. Just go to YouTube and you'll hear there's plenty of interviews where he talks about this, right? But he writes that check out and he makes a promise to himself that he's going to cash it before a certain date. I think it was it $10 million or $20 million? Something like that. I don't even remember how much it was. But the whole moral to the story was he was able to cash it because he believed that he was going to do it. He took crazy risks, right? He came over from Canada and he did everything that he could do to become an actor, and he ended up blowing up and was able to cash that $10 or $20 million check. Trust me, here's a phenomenal story. Go and look it up. The last quote, only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go, and that's T.S. Eliot. Now, the affirmation for today, and why do we read affirmations, and why do I say this every single day? Because we are trying to reprogram our negatively programmed minds, right? We've had all this negative all over the years. When we turn on the radio, 9 times out of 10, we're hearing some sort of negativity. Most of the people around us are negative. So we have to take control and reprogram our minds the right way. So the affirmation that we're going to use for today is, I am a risk taker. Learning to deal with calculated risks in any endeavor helps me to build confidence. Deciding how much to risk in a situation is a skill that begins with faith. Risk builds experience. I have the faith to invest time, money, and effort into reaching a goal. As I try more difficult tasks and take on more complex goals, I reassess how much to risk and monitor my accuracy on how the risk pays off. I exercise my skills to manage risk so that I can try projects that are larger and larger in scope, right? That's a long affirmation. What was I thinking? But you know, we need that. We need the positivity. We need to hear that, all right? So the next is lesson. So the lesson for today is, we've all heard that we should never risk more than we can afford to lose. Taking risks to achieve personal goals doesn't mean we have to risk our earning ability on our intimate relationships. If we plan to take risk in stages, we can manage the process with more stability. For instance, if you'd like to start a seminar business and quit your job as a high school teacher, take on the risk in steps. You might conduct seminars at no cost for civic clubs on weekends. Next, charge $100 for each event to a club or a church to cover your expenses. After this, work to conduct all-day seminars every Saturday and charge $100 per person until you're earning $1,000 per week. After 2 years of success, quit your job as a teacher. Calculating your risk means planning your path in stages, the safest way to make your dreams happen. So like, I know a lot of people that sit there and say they want to start a restaurant, right? They know how to cook good or whatever. Start off by doing catering for people, right? Start off by maybe going to like some bake sale. Start off by setting up in the park and selling. You don't have to start, you don't have to wait till you get $1 million to open up this huge restaurant. Take your time and build the business, right? Take your time and build the business. When I built my graphic and design company, somebody didn't give me a whole bunch of money and then I went and bought all this printing equipment. If I would have did that, I would have been out of business in probably 2 months, okay? Take your time, start the business. If you, like I said, if you want to open a restaurant one day, start off by selling small. Then as the business grows and as you grow and you learn new things or whatever, then you just increase it and increase it and increase. And I guarantee you that once you do that, you will get the money to start the business or to start the restaurant at the right time. But you have to take your time. So many of us want to skip these steps. You can't skip the steps. You can't skip the steps, right? But you could take calculated risks. So next section is question yourself. And the reason why we ask questions is because that's how we get answers, and answers equal results. What dreams have you neglected because of your fear of taking risk? If you plan the steps, how could you reduce the risk for going back to college for your degree? Or how could you transition to another type of job or profession by engineering the safest route in increments? Awesome questions. Awesome questions. All right. The next section is take action. Work up the nerve to take a risk on something you consider out of your comfort zone. For example, sign up for a water aerobics class even if you need to lose 30 pounds and don't look great in a swimsuit. Or meet with an angel investor. That's someone who's responsible for funding startup businesses that banks might turn down, to present your case for why your business idea deserves consideration for funding. If you don't take any risks, you're not going to have no opportunity to make anything happen. You have to be able to take risks. Everything great happens outside of your comfort zone, right? So if you don't want to change, if you're happy with life the way it is, don't take any risks. But I can tell you this, all the happiness, all the change, all the success happens outside of your comfort zone. So, and to come out of your comfort zone, you have to take risk. Right? It's a part of life. We take risk every day when we leave our house, don't we? Right? You don't know what can happen as soon as you leave your house. Somebody can run into your car. We take risk every day, but we don't think about those as risks. Well, you know what? Why not start taking some risks that can benefit you? Why not start taking some risks that can help take you to another level? Take some risks, but take calculated risk. All right. Next is repeat to yourself. That's where you're going to create today's affirmation in your own words, right? To help reprogram your negative mind. And the final section is Coach Mark's wow, or words of wisdom. By not risking everything for what you love to do, you are risking everything. That is such a powerful quote, man. That's a great quote by me. All right. No, for real though. That is really a powerful quote, because guess what? If you've gone through your whole life and you haven't done what it is that you wanted to do, was that worth it? Right? We only get one chance here, man. We might as well do what it is that we're called to do. Take some risk and help take our lives to a whole nother level. Because guess what? Not taking any risks, that's not no life. That's not the life that we want to live. That's not what, come on, man. You know that there's so much more that you can do. You got to take risks if you want to take yourself to the next level. Go ahead, download the book, www.repeataftermebook.com. Put in your information and start reading along with us. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow.